Welcome back. Today we're working on the 65 Ranchero again. Take a quick look at what we've gotten done so far. We've got the air tank mounted, fuel tank mounted, air horns I still need to get mounted. We've got to remove this crossbar here. We've got the solenoids mounted. Still need some ideas on the floor pan. Really don't know what I'm doing here yet, but I've got an idea if nobody comes through. And I did just buy this cross member. It's a G-force cross member from Summit, and it's not looking like it's going to fit like I anticipated, so that is either going to get chopped up and used in a way that I can use it. But today we're going to do some engine work. I've got to get the water pump back on. It's a new one, but I did buy from Chap Performance some relocation brackets for the alternator and for the power steering pump. If we look down in here, I don't know if you can see down in here, but all the components are really close to the steering box, so I'm going to do some work to alleviate that. And then we're going to try to give this a little bit of a haircut and gain some more clearance. Obviously the intake is not going to come down any. And if we get here, we're level with the fender. So still trying to figure out what to do with this. I did have somebody in the comments suggest a hood scoop from a Thunderbolt, which I thought was a really good idea. So I am entertaining that. I just got to get the car aired up, kind of moved to where I can access the front of the car, and we'll get to work. Well, we've got the car in position in the garage. Now we're going to attack some of the low-hanging fruit, that being the alternator. We're going to get that out of the way first. Then we're going to change the fill tube, and then we'll move on to the power steering pump. There's a lot of you out there that do a lot of work with LS's, or maybe you're following this build because I'm doing an LS for the first time. And what you're going to find is a 15 millimeter is going to be a friend of yours. There's a lot of bolts on this engine that are the 15, and this being a perfect example, we have two 15 millimeters holding the alternator to this original bracket right here. That one was loose from pulling the engine several times. I have used this bolt, and that makes me consider whether or not this is a great idea, because I'm sure I need to pull the engine a couple more times. All right. Get the alternator out of the way. Like I mentioned, we're attacking the low-hanging fruit. Sometimes, in my opinion, this is the best way to attack a project. If there's a couple things you can do that are easy and quick, easy wins, then by all means, it's a good way to get started. So we're going to change this fill tube. This is, I believe this is one off of a Camaro. I'm not real sure, but there's the part number. So to remove these, it's just half turn, pull that out. I'm going to reuse the original cap. Here we go. And I'm gonna lube this up a little bit just so it doesn't dry out. All right, we'll see if this fits. Well, that's not right. Nope. Am I doing something wrong? I got it locked in. Well, that's not right. So much for low-hanging fruit. Can't imagine I'm the only person that's ever tried this. All right, aside from that not being how I want it, I'm gonna leave this for now. We're gonna move on to pulling the pulley off of the power steering pump. You guys watched me struggle with this. Some of you at home were probably thinking that I'm a little silly because this is one thing that you can do. Take the filler neck off, take the cap off, and then there you go. The cap fits right where the filler tube does. Now I'll show you why I'm still going to replace this. And the other thing I found out is this has a notch for 2 tabs where this is only 1. And it appears that the 98 to 2002 Chevy Camaro filler tube is the one that will fit this. Nobody locally has it, so I'm not going to be able to show you in this video. I've got the Camaro one ordered, and when I get it, I'll make a video on that. But it's just as easy as what you saw there. Take the fill tube out, put the new fill tube in, and then you can put your cap back on. One problem we're going to run into if we run just the cap is we're going to run into the coils, and they mount right here on the valve cover, which, you know, if you're working on the same thing I am. And in that same video, we're going to be changing the dipstick, the oil dipstick, and the transmission dipstick. So I think from this angle you can see, we're really close to the alternator, and when the coils are mounted, I believe they mount right in through here, so this would be really tight. So I do still want that oil fill tube from the Camaro just to make this easier to fill. And if you're lucky like I am, we have easy access to that pump by easily removing the grill and opening a location right here. Where were we? So we have this kit. I'll leave a link in the description below if you decide you need this. But if you're trying to remove a power steering pump, this kit will go like this. And it's kind of hard to see, but what we're doing is we're putting this pusher is basically what we're doing in here, and then we're using this ledge to catch the lip on here. So we got that. We'll drop the top piece down on it, and then we have a retaining collar. Slides over like that, and then we have something to hold this while we turn this piece. So just got some tension on it, and time to do some work. got the alternator out. We got the pulley off of the power steering pump. So I'm going to take this whole assembly off. I think that's going to be the easiest way to get the power steering pump out. So again, 15 millimeter, it's going to be our friend. And I think some of these I'm going to take out with an impact just to make it a little quicker. All right, we should be free to go. We have a bolt here on the side that wants to talk to the long reach Hercules ratchet. Well, without that bracket there, we have a lot more room, and I'm going to clear off the mating surface for the water pump, and I'll get that back in place. We'll start putting this new kit together from Chap Performance. Put this new water pump in place so that we can get these other accessories mounted. We've got the new seals, gaskets. I can get those in place real quick. You can see right here, they go just like this. All right, let's get oriented here. Yeah, here we go. All right, so I took a sneak peek at the mounting for, I believe it's the power steering. And this is what we have. Came in a Ziploc bag. Two brackets here. So this shows the bracket where it mounts. We've got some standoffs, so you've got the bracket that goes on the back side, standoffs, and then the bracket that holds the power steering pump. So let's see if we can figure this out. So probably something like that, which is good. All right, so 1, 2, 3, I believe that is what goes into the head. And then we need to get these washers, I believe, on the back side. So you can see I've got the power steering pump bracket installed. Obviously it's not installed, but we're going to go ahead and torque these down. All right, we got those ran down. We're going to go ahead and torque the bolts. What I want to do now is get the spacers just in place so that it can hold the pump where we need it. So obviously you can see we've got the power steering pump in place. We've got the water pump in place. And now we're going to move on to the alternator relocation bracket. So that's where we're going to pick up from here. But I did want to just kind of show you the location of the power steering pump once it gets relocated. And down here we definitely alleviated some constraints that we had down here. So all right, so moving on to the alternator bracket, this is what we have. I'm going to take a look at the instructions and see how these go. Here you can see this kit is installed. We've got the power steering pump like I showed in the beginning of the video, and the alternator bracket is in place. This one was one I wasn't real sure of how it was going to go, but I did finally get it figured out. The one thing that is left is the tensioner, and this factory tensioner is not going to go where that one goes. So I'm going to try and get that figured out. But you can see that we did kind of lower the height here of what needs to clear the hood. I'm not real sure how this hood is going to work out. But that being said, this will conclude this video, and not real sure what the next video is going to be. We've got a lot to cover. We've got the floorboards, we've got the rest of the back of the car. I would be interested to hear what you guys have as suggestions for each of those items as I have slowed down on what I know to do, or have an idea of what to do. So anything you guys have that could help propel me forward, that would be greatly appreciated, and we'll be seeing you soon.